I guess my first experience of prejudice was, well, in 1941, December 7th, 1941. That's when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. And on Friday, everybody in school was my friend. And Pearl Harbor was on a Sunday. When I went back to school on Monday, two of my friends were the only ones that would talk to me, the only ones that would go to recess with me, the only ones that would eat lunch with me. Now, when you're in grammar school and that happened to you, that prejudice is very, very, that was my first, I didn't know what prejudice was when you're in grammar school. And so all those parents must have told their kids that I was the enemy because of Pearl Harbor. Now, to me, I still remember that so vividly. I still remember my two friends, John Corvin and Pete Masters. And that's what you call a true friend. And I still know them now. Isn't that amazing? So that's my first experience of prejudice. My second real bad experience of prejudice was when we came back after the camp, came back to Azusa, because we had a home to come back to. And when we came back, there was only one market that would even sell us food. All the rest of the markets had no Japs allowed. And the reason that Safeway, the manager knew us, and they, sold some of our produce. So the manager says, yeah, we'll sell you food, So we could have starved there if it wasn't for that one market and that person, that thing. So to me, that's prejudice. And all the stores had no Japs allowed. Couldn't go to a movie.
This is after
all these. That's
after the
right
war.
After the war. War was done. They still had all these signs, no Japs allowed. So that's the two things that I really remember of prejudice.
So how did that make you feel?
Pretty rotten, because see how when I got out, I graduated grammar school in camp, and I was a freshman in high school, and I was getting into fights every day because they would call me a dirty Jap, a sneaky Jap, a yellow Jap, And when I heard Jap, to me that's derogatory. So I was in fights. And in camp I learned judo, so one-on-one I did real good. But when 10 people jump on you, there's nothing you can do.